Something they don't tell you about friendship breakups that they should is even after the friendship breakup has ended, you've gone through your healing process, you feel pretty over it. You're at the point where there's no hard feelings. What's done is done. It's happened for the best, etc., etc. You don't realize that in the future, when you're trying to make new friends, the subconscious lies that you've carried with you from that friendship breakup haunt you. What I mean by that is, again, even if your conscious mind feels pretty over it, your subconscious mind is still holding on to the feelings that the breakup gave you. So for example, my friendship breakup left me feeling like I was too much, my excitement was too much, I was asking for too much, my emotions were too much, my everything was too much. And so I've noticed that in the midst of making new friendships, I'm holding back a lot of myself, and I've attributed it to my subconscious mind telling me, if you show your full self, they will see you as too much and they will run away. But I need to remember, and I think we all can take a moment to remember when those lies start infiltrating your head. They're lies. Don't believe them. Name them for what they are. Say it out loud and say that's not true. And also remind yourself that any future friend, any meaningful relationship you make from this point forward will covet you and appreciate you for all the things that friendship did not appreciate you for. And that's saving you from future hurt.
If you've ever gone through a friendship breakup and haven't had anywhere to talk about it, I would love to talk about it here, because my friendship breakups broke my heart in ways that I never could have seen coming. And nobody ever warned me about what that would do. There's a million pieces of media that tell us how to get over a romantic ending. There's movies, TVs, books. Where is that for the ends of friendships? Because women's friendships are the emotional foundation of our lives. Men come and go, but we are each other's keepers, each other's safe place, each other's historians, defenders, protectors. And this grief, it's just so homeless. It's wandering, there's nowhere for it to go. It's not like somebody died and so my porch is full of casseroles. It's not like I was just divorced and so I'm given a few days off work. I'm just expected to go on like nothing happened, and nobody notices that my, life partners of 20-something years are gone. There's no social structure to support those of us who have lost friendships like this. And every woman I have spoken to about this has said, this happened to me. And I have never known how to talk about it or who I can talk about it with. And when you're building a romantic relationship, like you're building a house, you lay a trap door into that because there's a high chance that eventually something will happen and that house will come down and you need a way out. You don't do that with friendships. You build that house like it's your forever home. And I never expected that to come down. And one day it just did. And it came down on top of me and it nearly killed me. It feels like it's taken me over a year just to dig my way out of the rubble. So I don't know if there's a great solution, but maybe we could talk about it here, and that's a start, because God, the worst thing about this, besides the thing itself, is just feeling like I have to mourn and grieve so much alone. Like every room I walk into, there's this ghost over my shoulder and nobody can see it but me. But it's with me all the time. So, you're welcome to talk about it here. And if this has happened to you, I see you. And it's real and it hurts as bad as you think it does. And you're not crazy for feeling that way.
I unfriended my best friend of 25 years in real life. So it's like we started here and we were growing, we were partying, we were doing things together, we were causing trouble. We just kept growing in the worst possible way ever together until I stopped. And I was like, I'm done growing like that. I kept going, but in a different way. So that made us separate paths, but we were still together. So we were growing in two different ways. I wasn't doing the things that I used to do, and I kept evolving into a whole different person. Your childhood friends are the people that just have always known you. People that have grown up with you, blah, 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 just very familiar. But the new friends that you make as an adult are the ones who are more aligned to your values and your beliefs and the person who you are now. So the people that have known forever, the people that you grew up with, those friendships are based on just a version of you that you've always been. But sometimes you grow out of that version into a new person. So you have to realize that it's okay to let go of this old version and to stop being friends with the people of the past that aren't helping you evolve into the new person that you want to be. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to do that. It's okay to lose people. It's not the end of the world. It's all a part of life.
We don't talk about a lot is like friendship breakups and how broken you are after like you feel absolutely violated when you break up with a friend. It's way, and I don't.
It's a different level of trust you got with your friends.
Exactly. It's not even really comparable to a romantic breakup because like your best friend, your girls, your friends, or even your guys, I don't know from your perspective, they know stuff about you that don't nobody know in the world. And for it, like, I feel like now we're so quick to jump into friendships and we need to spend time actually developing them just like you would a romantic relationship. Because when shit hit the fan and y'all fall out, not this girl didn't tell everybody all your business, when in reality, you didn't do the vetting process enough. You was like, oh, she like on Instagram, let's all link up and hang out. No, what is she like?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but just because your friend and you have history does not mean you have to hold on and keep fighting for the friendship.
I just saw this video of this creator who was talking about friend breakups, and she was saying that people who ghost people in friendships are inhumane and it's just a wrong thing to do. And I really wish her stitches were on, because I, as the person who ghosts, I feel like I need to speak my piece. First off, I just want to make a distinction between people who are willing and open to effectively communicate with you and people who just want to argue. I am of the school of thought that it is okay to ghost people who just want to argue. Like, they don't want to effectively communicate with you. They don't want to resolve the issues. They don't want to save the friendships. They just want to be right. That's not a friendship worth saving. Okay, if you're going to gaslight me when I tell you you've done something to offend me or hurt my feelings, if you're going to tell me that I'm blowing it out of proportion or it just plain didn't happen when I know that you know that I know that it did. We were in a room full of 5 people. 3 other people heard you say it. I don't know what it is about hitting my 30s, but it only takes one time now. Just one time. If you gaslight me once, that's it. Next argument, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm Casper. Jimmy Neutron, bitch. Got a blast.
My painful story of getting over a best friend breakup. My best friend and I traveled the world together, talked on the phone for hours, and knew each other inside and out. I threw her a surprise birthday party in January of last year, and the next day I get a text saying all the reasons she can't stand me anymore, saying we have nothing in common, saying she's been feeling this way for months, and I was so shocked. I was so hurt, and from that day forward, she completely checked out. Whatever love she had was gone, and she really gave me no closure and no peace, and when I tried to ask for it, she said she had nothing left to say. And I've never had a boyfriend, so this was the most painful emotional experience I've ever had in my life. But luckily, almost a year and a half later, I'm finally finding peace. I'm realizing that she no longer served me either, and it's created space for so many new friendships in my life.
If you are going through this right now, I want to remind you that you're not alone. I know the feeling of a knife in your heart, but it's gonna come out and it's gonna make space for new friendships. So keep your head up, keep reminding yourself how worthy you are. And one person's reason for leaving your life doesn't change the value and worth you will bring to someone else's. Love you so much. What?
I had a friend who was very much, I considered like a sister. She's probably the only adult friendship I've had where I've literally fallen out with, like, ever completely. Yeah. Which is really crazy because we were like family, and that's very, very hard. It was like a messy divorce. It was really, really weird. But the thing is, and then, you know, we posted about this the other day, like, somebody's not calling you because they owe you an apology.
Yeah. I think we all reposted it.
Repost. You know, and it's interesting because, to your point, it's like, I can look at this person and say, this person was a good friend to me, but then I can also look at the ways and be like, they weren't a good friend to me, but also still have compassion for the fact that, like, I actually don't think that you intended to hurt me, but I actually know so much about you that I have compassion for the way that you don't even see yourself operating in this life.
That's real.
So that has actually helped me make peace with letting go of the anger I think I felt towards her for many years, because I definitely felt so hurt, and I was like, no, you knew what you were doing. And then after, I was like, wait a second, you know this person intimately, very, very closely. You know why they operate like that. This is not just you. They do this with everybody. So it really allowed for me to make peace with that. And, like, even through the hardest parts and the, you know, the realities that came to surface of that relationship, as much as I could still feel hurt, I don't feel angry